Welcome to India HR Dialogues, the executive read. You know the place to be for deep dives into books that can truly impact leaders just like you. And today we are going to be cracking open Money Mastery, 10 principles that will change your financial life forever.
Oh, a classic.
By Alan M. Williams, Peter R. Jeppson, and Sanford C. Botkin.
3 wise men.
If you are at all interested in leveling up your financial game and gaining control of your money, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future deep dives.
Yeah, definitely hit subscribe.
This book is absolutely jam-packed with insights. So let's get started.
Okay, let's jump right in.
Right off the bat, the authors hit us with a powerful truth.
Yeah, they do.
They say that today's generation, instead of fearing that it will not have anything, fears that it will not have everything.
Wow.
Really makes you think about our current culture, doesn't it?
So true. Like, we are constantly being bombarded with these messages telling us we need more. More.
Yes, and the authors actually identify 3 major forces that are feeding into this feeling.
Wait, what are they?
Consumerism, indebtedness, and excessive taxation.
Oh, that trifecta.
Okay, let's break that down a little bit. We all know consumerism is everywhere. But how do indebtedness and excessive taxation play into this whole thing?
Well, think about it. When you are constantly surrounded by messages pushing you to buy, it is so easy to fall into the trap of debt, right? And then when you are struggling to make ends meet, put food on the table, pay the bills, taxes just feel like this massive burden, like it's this vicious cycle.
But you're already down, and then they just
kick you while you're down.
It's so true. And then, the book also delves into something that I think we can all relate to, the emotional side of money.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever caught yourself making a purchase just to feel better?
Retail therapy.
Or because you felt like you had to keep up with a certain lifestyle?
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a real thing.
Like, have you ever been there?
Absolutely. And, the authors, they highlight this with the story of Doug and Sally Hamilton.
Oh, what happened to them?
They desperately wanted to give their children everything they never had, right? Noble goal.
Yeah, for sure.
But those good intentions totally backfired.
Oh, no.
They ended up overspending, created all this tension within their family, and ultimately didn't even achieve the outcome they were going for.
Wow. So they were trying to do the right thing, but
it blew up in their faces.
Yeah. And this is where the book's emphasis on tracking your spending comes in.
Kind of, it's like shining a light on your financial habits, right?
Exactly. Making it all visible.
So the authors share this story of Stan and Arlene Harbrecht, who thought they were already stretched thin, like there was no wiggle room in their budget.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
But by diligently tracking their spending, they actually discovered all these hidden savings they didn't even know existed.
That's amazing.
Like money was just hiding in their budget.
That's like finding money in your pocket.
Right, and think about the possibilities that opens up for these people.
Yeah, what did they do? Those savings allowed Stan and Arlene to contribute to their daughter's education, a goal that they previously thought was just completely out of reach.
Wow, so tracking your spending isn't about restriction.
No.
It's about empowerment.
It's about making those informed choices.
Yes.
Taking control.
Speaking of choices, Money Mastery really challenges the traditional notion of just savings.
Oh, really? How so?
They advocate for dividing savings into these specific categories: an emergency fund, an emotional spending fund, and long-term savings.
Interesting.
Now, an emergency fund is pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, it's there for the unexpected.
It's there to help you navigate unexpected expenses, like, if you have a medical bill.
A sudden car repair.
Or a broken appliance.
Yeah, something you have to fix right away.
Without having to go into debt.
Right, cushion the blow.
But the emotional spending fund is actually kind of intriguing.
Yeah, tell me more.
It's about acknowledging that we all have those moments of weakness, right?
Oh, yeah.
Those times when we might make an impulsive purchase.
Like a little treat. And by setting aside a specific amount of money for this type of spending, you can actually indulge occasionally without derailing your overall financial goals.
Oh, that's brilliant. So you're not depriving yourself.
You're not completely restricting yourself.
But you're also not going overboard.
Exactly. It's about being realistic and recognizing that we are all human.
We all have those moments.
Now, speaking of things we would rather not think about.
What's that?
The book dives headfirst into the issue of debt.
Yeah, nobody likes to talk about debt.
No, but they don't shy away from advocating for aggressive debt repayment. Using the power down method.
Interesting.
They tell this amazing story of Tim and Sherry Collins, who, despite earning a substantial income,
Like they were making good money,
They were doing well.
Yeah.
They were drowning in credit card debt.
Oh, no, that's so common.
So common. And by utilizing this power down method, they actually managed to break free from that debt much faster than they ever thought possible.
That's incredible.
And they were even able to start planning for their future family.
Wow, so they went from drowning in debt to
Planning for their future.
building their dreams.
Imagine the weight lifted off their shoulders.
I bet.
They provide a tangible roadmap in this book for tackling debt and reclaiming financial freedom. And speaking of resources, if you are finding this deep dive insightful and you want to explore these concepts in more detail, I highly recommend grabbing a copy of Money Mastery.
Second that.
It goes into much greater depth and provides practical strategies you can start using today. We have included a link to purchase the book in the show notes below.
Awesome.
Trust me, it's an investment that will pay dividends for years to come.
Definitely worth it. It's interesting how the book goes beyond just, your personal finance basics.
Yeah.
It really emphasizes understanding the rules of finance, like how things actually work.
That's a point I think a lot of people overlook. Like, it can feel so intimidating.
Totally. Like you're trying to decipher a secret code.
Right.
And they really drive home this point with the story of Michael Merchant.
Okay.
He was a financial planner.
Personal.
And he got into legal trouble because he didn't fully understand the rules surrounding a specific investment fund.
Oh, wow. So even the professionals
Yeah.
can get tripped up.
It's a cautionary tale,
Definitely.
showing how crucial financial literacy really is.
We can't just blindly trust others to manage our money for us, right?
You've got to be informed.
Take ownership.
Money mastery really empowers you to move from a place of fear and uncertainty to one of knowledge and empowerment.
Like learning the rules of the game
Yes.
so you can actually play strategically and win.
And just like in any game, the rules can change.
Absolutely.
The authors dedicate a whole chapter to this concept.
Oh, really?
The rules are always changing. Remember how we talked about interest rates earlier?
Yeah.
They can fluctuate, like on money market accounts.
Oh,
And it can catch people off guard if they're not paying attention.
things are always in flux.
It's a constant reminder that we need to stay informed,
Adapt.
adapt to the ever-evolving financial landscapes.
Stay agile. One of the most valuable takeaways for me from this book is the concept of looking at the big picture.
The big picture.
It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day management of our finances.
Paying bills.
Yeah, just trying to keep our heads above water.
Yeah, making sure there's food in the fridge.
But we need to step back and ask ourselves,
The big questions.
what does our ideal financial future look like?
Long-term vision.
They give you the tools to do just that. They provide resources like the retirement worksheet
Oh, cool.
to help you kind of map out your long-term goals.
Okay.
But they also encourage you to consider potential financial risks,
Like what?
like the need for long-term care or
Yeah.
bad investments or changes to company pension plans.
Things you might not be thinking about right now.
You might not be thinking about it, but it's important to be prepared.
Be proactive.
Exactly. Anticipating those challenges.
So have you taken the time to define your financial goals and dreams?
I try to.
What do you want your life to look like?
Yeah. Do you want to retire early,
Yeah.
travel the world, start your own business?
It's exciting to think about.
Once you have that vision in mind, it becomes your compass,
Guiding your decisions.
keeping you on track.
Love that analogy.
Speaking of staying on track,
Hmm.
Money Mastery emphasizes not just accumulating wealth,
Right.
but organizing it.
Oh, that's important.
They share a story of David Steed.
Okay.
He discovered, while organizing his documents, that the deed to his family's ancestral home was never properly assigned to him.
Oh, no. What a mess.
It's a great reminder that organization isn't just about tidiness
It's about protecting what you've worked hard to build.
and making things easier for your loved ones down the road.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about a topic that I think a lot of people dread.
What's that?
Taxes.
Yeah, nobody likes to think about taxes.
I know it's not the most exciting subject,
Yeah.
but the book argues that understanding taxation is key to keeping more of your hard-earned money.
Okay, makes sense.
It's not about trying to avoid paying taxes altogether.
Right.
It's about being smart and strategic.
Working within the system.
They debunk common tax myths and encourage readers to explore self-employment opportunities
Interesting.
as a potential way to reduce tax obligations.
Okay.
Which brings us to the book's final principle.
What's that?
Put your money in motion.
I like that.
This isn't about get-rich-quick schemes.
Oh.
It's about leveraging your resources, your skills, your talents to generate more income.
Using what you have.
Think about Michael Perez, the grocery store owner we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
He significantly increased his profits simply by optimizing his inventory turnover.
Wow, so simple yet effective.
It's amazing what can happen when you start thinking creatively and look for opportunities to put your money to work for you.
Make your money work for you, not against you.
The authors emphasize that this principle works best when combined with all of the other money mastery principles.
It's a holistic approach.
It's about creating a holistic, integrated approach to your finances.
I love that.
And one of the most empowering messages they convey is that you don't need a huge income to achieve financial success.
You don't have to be rich to be smart with your money.
It's about making smart choices, understanding the rules of the game, and being proactive.
Taking control.
We've covered a lot of ground today, and I know it can feel overwhelming.
Yeah, it's a lot to digest.
But that's why we wanted to distill this book down to its most impactful takeaways.
The good stuff.
And give you actionable steps you can take right now to start mastering your money.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we've talked about all these principles, but what can you actually do today to start putting these principles into action?
Right, like rubber meets the road.
Exactly. So first, commit to tracking your spending for the next 30 days.
Just try it.
You might be surprised by what you discover about your habits.
Yeah, it's like holding up a mirror to your spending patterns. Like, where is your money actually going once you see it clearly?
Yeah.
Then you can start making those conscious choices.
Second, start envisioning your big picture. What are your financial goals and dreams? Do you want to retire early, travel the world, start your own business?
Write those goals down.
Make them tangible.
Make them real. Refer back to them. Often they'll serve as your North Star guiding your decisions.
And finally, consider exploring a side hustle or a business opportunity that aligns with your passions. Remember Michael Perez, the grocery store owner? He was able to significantly boost his profits just by optimizing one aspect of his business.
Imagine what you could achieve if you applied your unique skills and talents to a venture you're truly excited about.
We've only scratched the surface of what Money Mastery has to offer. The book provides in-depth strategies and practical resources to help you implement these principles and to make it even easier for you to take action. We have included a link to purchase the book in the show notes below.
Definitely check it out.
It's an investment in your financial well-being that will pay off for years to come.
Totally. And don't forget to subscribe to the Executive Read so you don't miss future deep dives into these life-changing books.
We'll be back soon with another book that will inspire you to lead with greater impact.
Absolutely.
Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.